Good evening, PLP family. My name is Shamari Toby Ward, if you do not know, and I am the chairman of Progressive Minds, which is the youth wing of the PLP. And I am also the candidate in constituency number 9, Smiths West, where on election day, we will send a resounding message to Vance Campbell. You see, this party is about everyday people. A lot of people want to put their own thoughts and opinions on this party, but we have always been for everyday people. That's why I was so proud to present, along with our premier and party leader, our Attorney General, Minister Furbert, and my neighbor in constituency 8, Lauren Hayward Bell, the most progressive platform this country has ever seen. A bold and progressive platform that was created by young people in this party, spearheaded by young people in this party with your input. So I am so happy to go on the doorstep and talk to the people of Smiths West about what we will do in our 3rd consecutive term as government. And I cannot wait to go to the House of Assembly to represent the people of Bermuda and the people of Smiths West with a platform that I can be proud of and you can be proud of. See, some candidates are resulting to nasty attacks, but elections are not about attacks or funny videos. They're about policies. Some independent candidates are saying that our platform is a wish list. Correction, it's a checklist. One we ensure we fully intend to complete. So on February 18th, I need each and every one of you to vote. And when you vote, take a friend and tell your friend to take a friend and tell your friend to take their friends, so that this government, who actually has plans, who actually has a platform, who is not just running on negativity, but running on policy, can get into government once again and continue to improve your lives through the power of the legislative branch of our government, through the power of the executive branch, changing your life for the better. I am so happy and so proud to continue working with our party as one of the young people in our party, and I am excited to see a new generation of young people emerging out of this Bermuda Progressive Labour Party. My colleagues like Aisha, my colleagues like Misha, my colleagues like Alexa, this party is continuing to thrive. While some think that we may be a little too old, we have a new emerging energy in this party. And the real political movement is not the independents. It's not the FDM TAM. It is not the OVA. It is right here in the PLP. And we will continue this movement. We will continue this struggle, and we will continue this fight for the people of Bermuda.
Wow. A lot of energy. I love it, man. Give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, make him feel welcome. He's our future. Our next candidate, of course, represents Smiths North, a servant leader devoted to community service who embodies compassion, kindness, and a true meaning of community. Ladies and gentlemen, from constituency 10, let's welcome Lindsay Simmons. still strong, we are making more beauty. I don't like them to coming. Robert King is still a fight. But we stand for the people, we are feeling the youth to the now we are there. I'm going to tell when the PLP, I'm alright.
Good evening, everybody. I stand here tonight as a servant of the people, driven by the unwavering belief that our future is worth fighting for. I am not afraid. I am not afraid to speak truth to power, to challenge the status quo, to demand better for our families, our workers, and our communities. I am not afraid to stand up for values that make us strong. Justice, equality, and the opportunity for all. The PLP has been working tirelessly to build a stronger, fairer Bermuda, and we must continue this progress. The choices we make today will determine the future of our children and grandchildren. We can keep moving forward under a government that puts people first, or we can risk going backwards. I say we must keep moving. I choose to rise. I am running in this election because I believe as a people. I believe in the single mother working 2 jobs to provide for her children. I believe in the young graduates searching for opportunity. I believe in the pensioners who have given a lifetime of service and deserve to retire with dignity. I also believe in the power of people over profits, compassion over corruption, and progress over fear. While some will try to divide us and tell us change is impossible, and others will declare that the challenges are too great, we, the Progressive Labour Party, are not afraid. I am not afraid, and neither should you be. If you didn't know, the PLP has nominated a record-breaking number of amount of female candidates for the 2025 general election. Does anybody know how many? 13, that's right, 13 female women candidates representing this Progressive Labour Party. If that's not progressive, I don't know what is. They are mothers, activists, community leaders, and professionals. 13 women who understand the struggles of everyday Bermuda because we live them. But let me be clear. When I say each one of us are proud to stand on the shoulders of great women who came before us. And I am someone that will never stop saying their names. Dame Lois Brown Evans, Dorothy Thompson, Dr. Barbara Bowl, Dame Jennifer Smith, the Honorable Paula Cox, and so many more have paved the way for us. It was their sacrifices and their victories that made it possible for us to stand here today and carry their legacies forward with pride, with the strength, and with the utmost determination. On February 18th, each of us will have an important decision to make, one that will shape Bermuda for generations to come. Will we move forward with a government that has worked tirelessly to uplift our people, strengthen our economy, and invest in our communities? Or will we risk it all on empty promises and leadership that puts special interests ahead of everyday Bermudians? Over the past 4 years, the PLP government has delivered real, meaningful progress for the people of Bermuda. We implemented Bermuda's first ever minimum wage, introduced a mortgage guarantee loan, one that I am very proud of. We passed a revenge porn law to protect victims from online harassment and abuse. And we expanded the independent And we introduced the Independent Living Program to support young people aging out of the foster care system. Year after year, we continue to increase funding for scholarships. We continue to expand access to affordable health. And as you are all aware, we continue to increase seniors' pension year after year. This did not happen by chance. It happened because of a strong, dedicated leadership that puts Bermudians first. So the choice is clear. We must stand united, protect our progress, and ensure that Bermuda continues to thrive for all, and not just for the select few. My opponents, Sir John Swan and Robert King, both offer different paths. But we, the PLP, have a proven track record of delivering for you. Make no mistake, while the OBA has a history of neglecting everyday Bermudians, and the independence candidates may promise you change, only a strong, united, progressive Labour government can turn promises into real progress. This election isn't about any of them. It's about you. It's about keeping Bermuda on the right track and securing a better future for everyone. Let's continue building a fairer, stronger Bermuda. Let's stand together. Let's vote to keep the PLP in government. And let us prove that we are not afraid. This is our moment, our time. So, on February 18th, that's next week Tuesday, vote for me, Lindsay Simmons, in constituency 10. Where I continue to work for the people in Smiths North week after week. PLP all the way, PLP.
Representing. You know, it's amazing how almost every election you get new faces in every party, right? Yes or no? Well, I'm listening to the Glenn Blakeney show the other day. I don't know if you guys heard this. That he had an independent on his show, and Glenn asked him about the commitment that the PLP had given the people. Were they, percentage-wise, were they favorable or unfavorable? He said unfavorable. So Glenn politely asked him, okay, well, let's explore that because you have your own opinion. He says, well, why would you say unfavorable? And this candidate said, well, that's real simple, he said. He said, let's take, for instance, the airport. He said, look what they did with the airport. And Glenn respectfully said, but that was under the OBA. Yeah, did you hear that? Yeah, and it was a dead silence, and then the candidate said, okay. And my thing, I'm listening on the other end, I just said, what have we come to? You know, you got anybody and everybody thinks that because it's politics, you have to understand politics before you get into politics. That's my thing, you know, and just any and everybody. So it's nice to see a group of young people into politics here at the PLP that know what they're doing and what they're talking about. That's a good thing. Right about now, ladies and gentlemen, we have some entertainment. And of course, this gentleman, you've seen him all over the island. And of course, it's a dying breed that he does. And I want you to put your hands together and just welcome him, Mr. Robert Simons, please. On the steel pans. Mr. Robert Simon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next candidate as we roll on with the program. Of course, a Bermudian who lives and breathes our community, while also ensuring that Bermudians are put first. Representing Devonshire East, constituency 11. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Christopher Famous.
Good night, family. Good night, family. Allow me to take you on a very short history lesson. In 1963, which was the first political party in this country? All right. But a party cannot just be a party nationally. As you know, it's all about branches, about neighborhoods, about parishes, correct? We have people here from all across the island. So I'm blessed to represent Devonshire. But I'm going to give you a little part of the history of Devonshire. The Devonshire, before we didn't have all the constituency 13 and this, it was all one parish, Devonshire PLP. And like everything else in the PLP, it's the women that built it, correct? All right. So I was blessed to come out of a family that helped to build Devonshire PLP. I'm going to call off some names that some of you may know and some may not know. Miss Bernal Henry. All right. Miss Rita Charles Patterson. Miss Ann Webb. Miss Leonie Richards. Miss Marie Richards. Miss Millicent Brown. And I don't know if you know this name, some of you might have to Google it. Lois Brown Evans. All of those women. Oh, there was another gentleman who took part as well. His name, Al Frederick Wade, I think was his name. But the point I'm getting at, as I look out into this audience that is dominated by women, it is the women that built Devonshire PLP, right? I know it's more names than I call, but I only have a few minutes. Those women, they didn't do it for money. They didn't do it for political office, because none of them became elected politicians besides Lois Brown Evans. But they did it for the love of the people of Devonshire and the love of the people of Bermuda. They didn't do it for a ministry, because you have some people get into politics, and the only reason for getting into politics is they want to be a minister and have a nice car and get some money. They keep forgetting it's about the people. So, those ladies built the foundation. And every election, a member of my family adds to that foundation. I'm going to call off some names you may know. Minister Kim Wilson, MP Neville Terrell, Minister Jason Hayward, and now in constituency 12, my big cousin, Andre Famous. So I say to you all, for us as a family, this is never about the money. It has never been about our ministry. It's always been about you, the people. And that's what it's always going to be about. So when they say all manner of evil against us for the next 10 days, right? All the people who couldn't get anything from the PLP are now going somewhere else. right? All the people who could never beat the PLP are saying something else now, right? And people who just figure, hey, someone's paying me, so I might as well run, right? All I'm gonna say is when they say all men are against us, remember one thing, we are not a party, we are family. Thank you.
Christopher Famous. Okay. All right. This next candidate, ladies and gentlemen, is an entrepreneur who is passionate about ensuring that our young people are skilled in the labors or the trades that power our island. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, from constituency 12, let's welcome Andre Famous.
One love. You heard my cousin Christopher say it's a family, and it's all about one love. We got to love one another. And I always say, as Christ loved us, and the love that is within us, we must share with our Bermuda. The reason we do it is because we love Bermuda. So I say hello to my people. Hello, family. Hello, friends. Hello, Bermuda. I'm Andre Famous, as they introduced me. I've always been in the background, but they brought me to the foreground. I got an uphill battle in constituency number 12, but what I found out that they need some representation. There's a guy sitting on the bench. I'm telling my people to put me in the game. Put me in the game. Why do you want a guy on the bench? Put me in the game. Let me fight for you. It makes all sense. I walked up to a door. This man simply told me, I don't know, but I told him the same thing. You want a guy on the bench. Have you seen him? My theme song should have been, tell me, have you seen him? Because nobody's seen this guy. He's taking them all for granted. I've talked to the constituents. They got a number of concerns. This constituent has been underrepresented. It's time for us, for constituency 12. Anybody, if you're here tonight, vote for me, spread the word, because I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to go to work. I know what Bermuda needs. I've been around for a while working. I know what Bermuda needs. And you need me. You need me. I say to all those who have not yet read the platform, it's time for you to read it. www.plp.bm. You need to read that platform. Those young people, wow, they blew us all away. We gave them a standing ovation. We have never seen nothing like that. And I say to my partners in this PLP party, we got to get this thing done. We got young people who they look at this item and they say, can I earn me a home? Let's fulfill those dreams. Can I earn some employment? Let's fulfill those dreams. Can I take care of my seniors? Let's fulfill those dreams. We have the ability. The power of the pen. The first speaker said, we have the power of the pen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. All I ask, I wrote on this paper said I'm not a rah-rah guy, and I apologize if I got you riled up. But I tell you in C12, vote for me, and we will get it done. PLP, all the way, PLP, vote for me.
I didn't know he could talk so loud. I didn't know. I just didn't know. Didn't know, Andre. All right. Our next candidate, of course, the minister who is reforming education to ensure that our young people are equipped with the skills and jobs of the future. Representing constituency 13, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to the stage Diallo Rabain.
Good evening, family. Are we having a good time now? Well, I'm here to tell you that they can't keep a good man down. They can't keep a good party down. PLP family, they've thrown everything at us. They've doubted us. They've lied about us. They've tried to convince people that progress is not happening with us. But we're still here. We're still here standing firm because we know the mission is bigger than any election. We're fighting for a fair Bermuda. We're fighting for a Bermuda where opportunities in life are not determined by your last name or your bank account. Let's be clear. This election is about a choice. On one side, you have the Progressive Labor Party, a party that has fought step by step to bring Bermuda forward. On the other side, you have a hapless OBA, FDM, and all those other failed, tired experiments that they call parties. Now we have a new wrinkle, a so-called independent movement. But let's call it for what it is, what they really are, the sworn independent movement party, or what I like to refer to them as simps. But we see what they really are, an attempt for John Swan to drag us, kicking and screaming, back to a Bermuda he longs for. A Bermuda where the haves get more, and the rest of us just have to stay in our place. Well, I say no more. I say not on this watch. I say Bermuda is moving forward, not backwards. And this is why, no matter how hard the fight is, we will never shy away from the hard work that's ahead of us, no matter how difficult it is. In education, we are making the biggest transformation in the history of this island, because the Progressive Labor Party refuses to leave our young people unprepared for the jobs of tomorrow. Just like we're doing in education, just like we're doing in housing, just like we're doing in healthcare, and just like we're continuing to do for our seniors. We're doing the things that need to be done because we are a party of progress, not a party of looking backwards. So family, next week and the week after, the choice will be clear. Are we gonna look forward for progress, or are we gonna go back to a status quo some people long for? Are we going forward with a fairer Bermuda or backwards to the Bermuda of old? Are we moving forward with the PLP or backwards with the OBAs, the FDMs, and the simps? Well, family, despite the naysayers, we will not be deterred. We will not be distracted. On February 18th, we will continue to move forward. So answer me, family. Are we ready to win?
Are we ready to fight for a better Bermuda? Are we ready to send a message to the Simps, to the OBA, to the FDM? Well, if we are ready, let's bring this home on February 18th. PLP all the way? All the way, PLP.
One more time, Diallo, give me some love. Okay. Our next candidate, of course, represents Devonshire Northwest, a young leader who has worked to enhance community engagement and bring a fresh perspective to public service. Ladies and gentlemen, representing constituency 14, Alexa Lightborne.
PLP family, I am Alexa Lightborne, your hopeful candidate for constituency 14, Devonshire Northwest. I stand here on the shoulders of giants, our ancestors, our PLP forebears, who sacrificed for our right to vote so that we could secure a fairer and better future for our people. I am honored to have been chosen to step onto a path forged in iron by those who have come before me. The PLP was founded to ensure social progress, labor rights, and equitable governance. When we say PLP and all the way, we are conveying that our dedication to those principles are not just for ourselves, but for the entire country. Without generations of dedicated party supporters, Bermuda would be a hopeless place for most of us. I am a mother, a daughter, a friend, and as one of the youngest candidates in this upcoming election, I am here to close the gap for generations to blend the wisdom of our history and our sacrifices, challenging the future to manifest our wildest dreams. I have been a PLP member since 2012, and while the public may not know me, my party knows me. What informs my way of life is a quest for truth, to confirm what I know for sure. And what I know for sure is that the PLP is the only party who has the passion, mission, and vision to fight for a fairer Bermuda. I step forward now, no longer in the shadows, because I know what can happen when we unite in action and in purpose. Well, what am I trying to protect? I have dedicated my life to supporting and protecting our party, both in good times and in bad. Since being announced as a candidate, I have been welcomed into your homes of seniors, teachers, and business owners from Cedar Park to Montpelier Road, and I've heard your stories, our stories, and I thank you. I also understand that you are confused, you are disappointed, and you actually just want a little more from your government. But as I pledge as a hopeful candidate on the doorstep, we will and we must build upon the progress that we have made. You may ask, well, what progress? But it was the PLP whose moral fabric empowered us with one man, one vote, each vote of equal value. Lest we forget that the PLP implemented the Employment Act that secured the rights of hardworking brothers and sisters. PLP family and undecided voters, we have been given a gift of progress. A gift that has been given to us after generation upon generation has suffered discrimination and injustices. A gift from those generations who said, this will not stand. Their legacy has been entrusted to us with the hope that we will not squander it and render their efforts in vain. We have been told to move on from the past, but I am here to remind us all that that very past informs our future. We have seen in the past that these same individuals who were in power built unfair structures to safeguard their power. Today, we see firsthand that they will stop at nothing to restore those inequalities, muddying the waters and have us hating our own. So the question to be asked is, who does it serve? We are living in the fruits of collective action and empowerment as a united people. So who does it serve to divide us? Who does it serve for our intelligence to be insulted by a select group of recruits who were paraded under the curated brand of independence? Yet they meet as a collective and walk publicly in step. Who does it serve? Who does it serve to create such confusion in the minds of our voters, leaving them disengaged and willing to give up that very right to vote and just stay home? The very right that their mothers and their forefathers and their ancestors earned through blood, sweat, and tears. Who does it serve? Who does it serve for us to succumb to the call to depart from our history? No, we will not do that. We will remember. Let us remember the achievements of this PLP government and the ones that came before it. Let us remember that the PLP introduced the first ever minimum wage. Let us remember that the PLP increased seniors' pensions year after year. That the PLP expanded child care tax credits. That the PLP created thousands of jobs and made strides to strengthen our economy. Let us remember that it was this PLP government that increased funding for education scholarships, social services, and housing assistance programs. We have righted wrongs. This is what progress looks like. We know that Bermuda is facing challenges, and we see the cost of living rise. We accept that seniors' pensions are just not covering their needs. And some of our well-intended policies have just not gone far enough. But what I know for sure is that the PLP remains the only party that understands our struggle. Informed by sacrifices of our ancestors, we are committed to build on the progress for a better and fairer Bermuda. So where do I stand? I stand with those who believe in justice. I stand with those who believe in equality. I stand with those who believe that Bermuda's best days are still ahead of us. But where do you stand? How will you play your part to advocate and advance our progress? Amanda Gorman said, "We will not march back to what was, but we will move to what shall be. A country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation. We know that our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing is certain, if we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy, our children's birthright." To every voter in Devonshire Northwest, from Cedar Park to Devonshire, to Montpelier Road to Cedar Park, to Berry Hill, I thank you. I thank you for welcoming me into your homes. And I take up this baton passed to me from the souls of our legacy and our history in the relay race for our rights. I will listen, I will fight, and I will serve. Together, let's choose progress. Thank
you. So we're just about midway through, and I think it's important for me to let you guys know, those of you who are just coming, of course, we do have vendors outside. It's important to, of course, support our vendors, yes or no? So we have Sensational Delights. We also have the Bermuda Cupcake Company, along with Sid's Seafood, as well as Ashley's Lemonade. And then, of course, out there, we do have the Fun Castle, okay? So please, let's support our vendors. Right about now, let's bring to the stage this young man. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him before. I'm sure you have. And those of you who haven't, you're going to get yourselves a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Live Wires.
Yes. If you're the PLP rolling out, let me see your hands in the air, Bermuda. If you're the PLP rolling out, let me see your hands in the air. Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Nice to know. My name is Live Wires. I got back here every time. Q, how you doing? Is that still? Personal respect. You guys ready? Turn it on. Sweet like the music. Sweet like the music. Sweet like the music. Walking about sweet like the music. But it hits you if you don't say. Walking about sweet like the music. But it hits you if you don't say. Like that. Belong in the house. This time you come on. Open the window to the wall. Like that. There's only the delay. That everybody's gonna see that we are waiting for you. We are on the highway. We're gonna do something. Rock is the same. What we got is for you. We are on the highway. We're gonna do something. Rock is the same. There ain't no doubt about it. I am one of the jumping that golden green. I'm on my way to the sun. I love you out of the time. It's good people. Living the positive vibes like we should. Move to the track. I just feel so safe. Who loves me like nothing in you that's holiday? Yeah, nothing in you that's holiday. It's different out there. We are the love that holiday. We're gonna do something. Happy to say, we love the people. Oh, yeah. We are the love that holiday. We're gonna do something. Happy to say, we don't rock that boat, going to DJ John. Goodbye, the wind and the beat of dawn. Red, gold, and green, hunted things and rings. Roots to the mountains, and the bells. Don't tell me about it. The reggae highway is taking through the mountains, shining free. See you white here, we are the over there. We are with you, yeah. We are with you. We're going to do something, yeah. Happy to say, we keep on, yeah. We are the highway. We're going to do something, yeah. Happy to say, you know what, I love you, I'm with good people, living in positive vibes. I love you, I'm with good people, thinking with you on the reggae highway. Reggae highway. And then you know what it is. Sing, oh, yeah, yeah. Come on, oh, yeah, yeah. Sing, oh, yeah, yeah. Sing, oh, yeah, yeah. Sing on PLP. Come on, PLP. With the PLP. Come on, PLP. Sing on, oh, yeah, yeah. Sing on, yeah, yeah. Sing on, oh, yeah, yeah. Sing on, yeah, Thank you very much. PLP, love the little time. One love, PLP, one love.
My wife, give us some more love. Give us some love. Okay. All right, from constituency 15. Our Minister of Tourism, Culture, and Sports, who ensures our culture is celebrated, our athletes are supported, and our tourism continues to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way to his stage, make him feel welcome. Constituency 15, candidate Owen Darrell.
Why is it not on the wrong side? Shuts up, man. Rich man's way is in the sea.
sing out if you know it. I wanna rule my destiny. Sing out if you know it. I wanna rule my destiny. Sing out, destiny. Sing out, destiny. Sing out. I wanna rule my destiny. One more time, sing out. I wanna rule my destiny. Sing out. Good evening, PLP family. One more time, good evening, PLP family. The song says, destiny. The song says, I want to rule my destiny. These words have never resonated so deeply as they do today, PLP family. My fellow Bermudians, I know with every fiber of my being that each and every one of us wants to rule over our own destiny. Bermuda is more than just a subtropical dot on the globe. This is our home. This is our legacy. This is our family, and this is our future. We have been through some of the most harrowing times known to history. These past years have also come with some joyous occasions. But like any solid family, we trudge through the trenches. We triumph together, and as a people and as a family, we are here. And yes, there are some things that we could have improved upon. There are some things that people will say we still have a long way to go. But we also got a lot of things right, family. We will also continue to fight for a fairer Bermuda for all of us. I stand in front of you tonight, not just a member of the Progressive Labor Party, but I stand as one of you. My roots stretch deep into the rich soil of our community, not only as a proud graduate of the Barclay Institute, Respicate for them. Greenhouse, of course. Come on, Chris. But my mother, who also went to the Barclay Institute, attended a school that many of you will know as the Central School. She walked those hollowed halls many, many years ago, just as many of our mothers and fathers did. I have had the honor of visiting each and every one of you in your homes. I've heard your requests. I've done everything from trees being removed, potholes being filled in your driveways. And I know it's a lot, but rest assured, I have heard your concerns, constituency 15. And please know, they will never fall on deaf ears. I am no stranger to hard work, but I also am aware that the reward for hard work is what? More work, PLP family. But that doesn't frighten me. As they say, never scared. As a representative for constituency 15, I will continue the dedicated service of strengthening our community for ourselves, our family, and our children. It will be an honor to continue to carry the torch of those who have so graciously lit the way before me. Great men such as the Honorable Walter Rabain, let's give him a round of applause, who has now decided to ride off into the sunset and retire. Such men as the late Olivia Simmons, may he rest in peace. And also, I saw you here, Mrs. Bascom, the late Nelson Bascom. Let's give him a round of applause. I honor all of these powerful men who have served in this historic constituency of Pembroke East. One more round of applause, Pembroke East. Ms. Richards, I see you. The word on the street, PLP, is that some people
are considering not voting in this election. Why would you forego your right to vote? But like I like to say, that not voting is settling and setting your destiny ablaze. Voting tells our children, like Oliver and Tatum, that we care about their future. Voting materializes a will into a way. You see, PLP, our destiny isn't shaped by our imaginations or mere thoughts or mere hopes. You have to take it into your own hands and mold it into what you want it to be. Your pen is your sword, PLP family. Wield it with precision. A soldier doesn't go into battle without their sword. You see, our destiny isn't written for us, family. Our destiny is written by us. Our destiny is for fairer compensation. Our destiny is for fairer work opportunities. Our destiny is for fairer grocery prices. Our destiny is being able to buy a home in our own country. And our destiny is for fairer rents across this island. PLP, our destiny is a fairer Bermuda for us. PLP, vote strong on February 18th. PLP, if you are listening in Pembroke East Constituency 15, vote Owen Darrell for a fairer Bermuda for us. Thank you, family. PLP, all the way, PLP.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you back just very quickly. I want you to go back in the day when we used to call people pokey. I want everybody to say pokey, because nobody wants to be labeled as pokey, yes or no? Well, let me tell you, this next candidate, I'm here to tell you, needs more pokey people. We need to become more pokey. If you see something, say something. We need more pokey people in our neighborhoods. Our Minister of National Security, who is working to tackle the root cause of crime while also boosting numbers in our uniformed services. Representing constituency 16. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Michael Weeks.
Good evening, PLP family. I stand before you tonight not just as your representative of constituency number 16, Pembroke East Central, but as one of you, a true poon dog. There's guys up the country of puppies, but down here, the true poon dogs. Someone who grew up on and around St. Monica's Road. I played on PX Field, next to my mom's house, right, family? And I walk these same streets as a child. Someone who shares in the struggle, and trust me, celebrate our successes. I believe in the strength, the resilience, and the potential of our community. As a former Central, now Victor Scott Primary graduate, before continuing my education right here in the hallowed halls of the Barclay Institute, Greenhouse, and finishing at the Howard University in Washington, D.C. My goal has always been to return to my country and assist in progressing the vision of the Progressive Labor Party. My service has seen me day in and out serve on many executive boards, sporting clubs, community clubs, and government boards. But my passion for service led me to public office, where I have served not only as your member of parliament in constituency number 16, Pembroke East Central, but over the last 15 years, I proudly served in various ministries. But in all of this, I cherish representing you with integrity and fighting for justice and fairness for my people, ensuring that every voice in our community is heard. As a man of integrity, I don't just talk about doing the right thing, I live by it. As a man who demands justice, I don't just talk about fairness, I live by it. I work for and accountable to my people. So as I walk the streets, as I sit with you and your families and I listen to your concerns, as I work to bring real solutions, not just during election season, but each and every single day, I am reminded that my service is not a campaign slogan. It is a commitment. My service is not a bunch of hot air. It is real and is on the ground. There's a candidate out there calling representatives of our party lazy. I haven't seen him. And when I do see him, he's walking around in a suit. The constituency that I represent, there are some times you gotta roll up your sleeves and get down to work. Leave that suit at home. But while his own contributions amount to nothing more than offensive tweets. But let's be clear, true leadership is not about empty words or online outrage. It's about real work, real dedication, and real results. The Progressive Labor Party leads with wisdom and responsibility, making historic strides every day. Leadership requires integrity and trust. And trust is built over time, not overnight. Leadership is not about showing up when it's convenient. It's about being there day in and day out in the moments that truly count. It's not about what you do when the cameras are on or what you do when the cameras are off. That is why, as your MP, I will continue to fight. Fight for economic growth that benefits all of us, because prosperity should not be limited to a privileged few, John Swart. For unity, because a fair Bermuda is a stronger Bermuda. And when we stand together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. For safer streets, because no parent should fear for their child's life. And no senior should feel unprotected. So you all know me, and this is not about posturing or electioneering. This is about our future, our families, and our island home. So when you cast your vote, please ask yourself, do you want someone who just showed up? Someone who is videoing about there being trash outside of a grocery store? But listen to me, family. But they didn't realize that it was actually trash day. Or do you want someone who has always stood by you, with you, and for you? Well, that someone is standing here right now. Michael Weeks, the candidate for constituency number 16, Pembroke East Central. A third generation Pundor. Who drew his first breath in Pembroke, and I love to serve my people. So let's make Pembroke East Central and all of Bermuda everything that is meant to be. Fair, just, and thriving for all. So thank you. God bless you. And let's build a fair Bermuda together by voting for the PLP on February the 18th. PLP? All the way? Thank you.
That was funny. I didn't realize it was trash day. I didn't. That one slipped past me. That one. Yeah, that was funny. I gotta write that down. So you gotta hear this though. So this next candidate, as we like to say, you don't play. As we also like to say, you don't take no trash. Our dynamic Minister of Economy and Labor, who has delivered economic growth, strengthened labor laws, and delivered the first minimum wage in Bermuda's history. Ladies and gentlemen, representing constituency 17, Mr. Jason Hayward.
In the morning, I rise and I open my eyes and I feel my life to make the praise. It's essential and that gives life to the birth of a child for me and that it is the if you see the shade of the way, don't feel it, every moment I change. You have to feel the moving forward, this life with patterns behind you will find peace of mind. It's what I'm saying. I'd rather wake up and be over before we wake up every morning and rumble. I know they want us to be sure. It's like when you're in a concrete jungle. I'd rather wake up and be over before we wake up every morning and rumble. I know they want us to be sure. It's like when you're in a concrete jungle. A concrete jungle. Concrete jungle.
Good evening, PLP friends and family. It's certainly an honor to stand before you tonight as the PLP representative for C17, Pembroke Central. A community that I love, a community that I cherish, and a community that I am committed to continue to serve. Bermuda, elections matter. Let me repeat that. Elections matter. And in this election, voters have a choice. And I have spoken with many voters who simply want to know that they are not wasting their acts in the ballot box. They seek assurance. They seek reassurance. They are seeking guarantees that the votes will not go for granted. But I remind them that the party I represent will never betray them. We will never forsake them. We will never abandon the voters of Bermuda. My belief is unshaken. My belief is unwavering. And my belief is uncompromising that the PLP is the best party for the people of Bermuda. And our record does not just speak for itself, it shouts. It shouts out loud in an undeniable fashion, in an unmatched fashion, in an unrelenting fashion, that we have been committed to the people of this island. Bermuda, let's look at the facts. The PLP has increased social protections. The PLP has increased labor protections. The PLP has implemented Bermuda's first minimum wage. The PLP has increased salaries for workers. The PLP has expanded childcare to support families. We have expanded scholarships to fund our youth. We have expanded affordable housing. We have expanded summer employment programs. We have expanded summer internship programs. We have increased pension for our seniors. We have increased financial assistance for those who need it. We have protected the tips and gratuities of workers. We invest annually in our sports and community clubs. We have subsidized healthcare costs. We have subsidized fuel costs. We have executed on our youth employment strategy. We have executed on our workforce development strategy. We supported thousands of workers during the pandemic. We have made home ownership a reality for young Bermudians. And we continue to grow our economy and create more jobs for the people of Bermuda. PLP family, we do it because we care. We do it because that is who we are. We do it because this is our ethos. We are the party of progress. We are the party of equality. We are the party for workers. We are the party that supports unions. We are a party of the people, for the people, from the people. Bermuda, the PLP has stood with you since 1963. The PLP has stood with you when the OBA told our seniors, money don't grow on trees. The PLP has stood with you when the OBK increased taxes on the workers of this country. The PLP stood with you when the OBA cut public sector salaries. The PLP stood with you when they tried to force down our necks pathways to status. The PLP was there standing with you when they pepper sprayed our seniors. The PLP was there standing with you when they reduced scholarship funding for our youth. The fact is, Bermuda, the PLP has never left your side. The PLP will never leave your side. And on February 18th, 2025, I simply ask that you stand with the PLP. Ladies and gentlemen, there's another common theme on the doorstep, and that has to do with our party leader. But let me tell you one thing. Our leader has led us to election victory. In 2017, he has led us to election victory in 2020, and he will lead us again to election victory in 2025. PLP, and all the way.
Moving forward in life with that I need to find peace of mind.
One more time for Mr. Jason Hayward. Don't take no trash. Give him some love. Yeah. Okay, last week we were fortunate enough to visit. When I say last week, I'm talking about the last rally in Southampton. Of course, we were graced with the lovely voice of this young lady. She's here tonight, and of course, we want you to make her feel welcome as she makes her way to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Olivia Hamilton.
All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. There we go. That's a little better. Very happy to be here tonight. I'm going to be singing The Greatest Love of All. Great reminder that investing in the youth is investing in the future, is investing in ourselves. I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's looking for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. So I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they won't take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is me to achieve. Learning to love yourself, that is the greatest love of all. And if by chance this special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in love. Have a good night, you guys.
With that, Olivia Hamilton. Wow.
Our very own, man. It's amazing, just amazing. Okay, a future star. Some would say they are a present star of the PLP, who has implemented policies like the mortgage guarantee program that has helped 40 Bermudians own their very first home. Ladies and gentlemen, representing constituency 19, Pembroke West, Justine Adams, make her feel welcome.
Good evening, PLP family. Let the words of Garnet Silk sink in. Let them keep talking. Because that's exactly what our opposition does best. You see, they talk, they criticize, they spread their gloom and doom narrative, but family, while they talk, we deliver. You see, for months, our combined opposition have been on the airwaves, they've been on social media, they've been in the newspapers, painting their picture of our government. They say we aren't moving Bermuda forward. They say we aren't working for the people. They say a lot of this and a lot of that, but what they don't say is that we currently have the lowest unemployment rate in over 40 years. What they don't say is that we now have more Bermudians working in international business than ever before. What they don't say is that since the pandemic, Our deficit has been declining every year, and mark my words, this year, we will have a surplus. What they won't say is that we doubled the government scholarship funding. What they won't say is that we've introduced a mortgage guarantee program that has helped more than 40 young people own their first home, many of which would not have been able to do so had it not been for that program. Family, while they say that we've forgotten our roots, we've introduced the minimum wage, something the founders of the Progressive Labor Party fought for. While they criticize, we are building more affordable homes. While they try to divide us, they are watching us right now in the media, upset at how unified we are. And whilst they plot and scheme, we continue to build, strengthen, and diversify our economy. Google is here. Fairmont, Southampton is on its way. On January 1st, we saw a fundamental tax shift come into effect. Our work is not done, but we are on the path to a fairer and better Bermuda. So I say this, let them keep talking. Let them keep doubting. Let them keep making excuses for why they failed when they were in government. Because while they keep talking, we keep building. Whilst they criticize, we will keep governing. While they try to tear us down, we will do everything to lift you up. Bermuda, this election is about progress. And the choice is clear. Do you want to go backwards with Michael Fay and the same failed leadership? Or do we continue forward with a government that delivers? See, I got news for those who are listening through the media. We are far from tired. In fact, we are just getting started. And so if you are ready to reject their negativity and choose progress, I'm asking you to stand up. If you believe in a stronger and fairer and more prosperous Bermuda, I'm asking you to make some noise. If you are excited for a victory on February 18th, then from the bottom of my heart, say it with all you've got. PLP, all the way. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. We got a speaker. Wow. Brother. Hey. Man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pembroke Southwest, a youth advocate committed to protecting children, empowering families, and ensuring fairness in our society. Representing constituency 20, ladies and gentlemen, Ianthia Simmons-Wade.
I believe in the PLP. I believe in the PLP. Can my young people stand up, please? I want them to hear you. I believe in the PLP. I believe in the PLP. We believe in the PLP. We believe in the PLP. Good evening. Over the last 2 hours, we've heard about the accomplishments our great party has achieved. We listened to dynamic and passionate speeches. We've listened to dynamic and passionate speeches from genuine, hard-working candidates. Our platform was released on Thursday and speaks to the continued work our government will do. When, not if, when elected. So tonight I want to take this moment to talk about my why. Why the PLP? A question I continuously get asked. This question used to upset me, but now it excites me. Outside of sharing the biggest reason to continue to build a great future for my 5 amazing children, I respond strongly with a question: why not the PLP? Reflecting on my childhood, before I even knew or could understand politics, I knew there were people who looked like me fighting on my behalf to have a future I couldn't even dream of yet. Persons like Dale Butler, who randomly showed up down Middletown to talk to the people, and showing up in our schools providing needed resources. Women like Dame Lewis Brown Evans and Dame Jennifer Smith, who paved the way for women to have a seat at the table so our voices can be heard and our concerns can be heard as well. Fast forward into our teenage years, the same government we questioned, well, they questioned, my apologies, because we have no question, provided programs that give second chances to at-risk youth, ensuring they are seen and heard instead of leaving them to become just another statistic. Programs like the Mirrors program, in which I will continue to highlight and praise, a program this government fought for to help combat antisocial behaviors of young adults, a program that's helped almost 10,000 young people. I'm gonna repeat that again. A program this government fought for to combat antisocial behavior and has serviced today almost 10,000 young people to help them turn their lives around, and continues to provide leadership and social skills as well as life skills. Speeding up into my early adulthood, a new mom of 2 babies, and I met the leader, the Honorable David Burt, a leader who listened to my concerns about daycare and youth policies, a leader who pointed me towards a party filled with people who care, the party who actively consults their members and the public to determine the needs of our people, a party who continues to introduce and reform policies that help every single person. Now, those who know me know I process everything. I do my research. These questions I asked our premier, I asked the premier of a former party. But he was not receptive, he was not responsive, and he was not open to hearing the grassroots issues that we, us regular people, face every single day. So when people ask why the PLP, I know they just haven't been informed of the great works our founders have done and the work we continue to do. All right. So I take the opportunity to educate them on the why they should vote for, and I take the opportunity to educate them on why they should make the right choice to vote for the PLP on February 18th. A party that listens and continues to work in the best interest of our people. The PLP heard the cry for absentee voting. It's in our platform. The PLP heard the concerns for housing. It's in our platform. The PLP heard the concerns of healthcare, cost of living, and prioritizing mental health and trauma-informed care. It's in our platform. Our leader said the platform is very ambitious, and it is. But we have 36 dedicated, hard-working candidates ready to accomplish every last goal. In closing, I want to thank the residents of Constituency 20 Pembroke Southwest. It has been a pleasure to meet and engage with you. I heard your plea for active and consistent representation and how you have been neglected by your previous candidate and their party. I heard your concerns with who they are trying to give an easy way in, but I am ready. I am ready for the fight. I'm eager to support, and I'm very optimistic that you will give me a chance to serve on your behalf. Thank you.
Alicia. Okay. All right. A respected leader in business and finance, bringing a wealth of knowledge in financial and economic policies as well as international business. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Constituency 21, let's bring to the stage Mr. Curtis Dickinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, good evening. As I stand before you this evening, I'm inspired by the title of Kendrick Lamar's Grammy Award-winning song, They Not Like Us. But let me be clear, my remarks are not intended to be a diss track, nor a call for division. Instead, these words are a declaration of purpose, a reminder of who we are, and a testament to the values that define us as a people and as a country. The Progressive Labor Party was born in 1963. Not in grand halls or opulent offices, but in the humble spaces of garages and small rooms. It was there the visionaries like Wilfred Allen, Hugh Richardson, Albert Smith, Edward DeJean, Walter Robinson, Austin Wilson, and Dilton Can came together with a shared dream. A dream of a Bermuda where every voice mattered, where every vote carried equal weight, and where justice, fairness, and equality were not just ideals, but realities. These pioneers did not seek personal glory or wealth. They were not driven by ego or the desire to preserve the status quo. They were driven by a profound sense of duty, a duty to build a better Bermuda for all. They understood the true meaning of sacrifice, and they gave selflessly to lay the foundation upon which we all stand today. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand on the shoulders of giants. On a personal note, I am the product of parents who had very high expectations. Many of you will remember my late mother, Sheila Dickinson, a woman who worked tirelessly to ensure that my sister and I had clothes on our backs, a roof over our heads, and access to quality education. She taught us the value of service, the importance of giving back, and the responsibility we all share to lift others up. There are days when the weight of the responsibility feels heavy. Days when the challenges feel insurmountable. But then I walk through my constituency, through Curving Avenue, Middletown, Happy Valley, and Shelton Roads, Christens Avenue, and even Cavendish Road. I meet with the residents. I hear their stories. I see their struggles. And I am reminded of why we do this important work. I'm reminded of the ideals that guide us and the purpose that drives us. This is not just a political campaign. It's a movement. A movement to build a Bermuda where no one is left behind. A Bermuda where every child has access to quality education, where every family can have access to affordable housing, and where every worker can earn a fair wage. Some have expressed concern about 110 candidates vying for 36 seats. But I see this as a sign of a vibrant democracy. It is a reminder that we are all accountable to the people we serve. In Constituency 21, I'm honored to stand alongside 3 other candidates, each of whom challenges me to work harder, to listen more intently, and to serve more effectively. From my time on Wall Street, I am no stranger to facts, figures, or the intricacies of business. I also understand the dynamics of the boardroom. But let me be crystal clear. When I step into my constituency or my community, whether it's Alaska Hall, Central Committee, on Curving Avenue, or in the living rooms of my constituents, I'm not just a banker. I'm your neighbor, your advocate, your servant. My mission is clear: to improve the lives of the people in our community. To fight for affordable housing, to fight for affordable health care, to create opportunities for our young people, and to ensure that our seniors can live with dignity. I am committed to conducting myself with the highest ethical, business, and political standards. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a crossroads. Too many Bermudians are struggling. Too many families are barely holding on. We have a solemn responsibility to ease their burdens, to restore their hopes, and to rebuild their trust. This election is not just about choosing a government. It's about choosing a future where we honor the sacrifices of our founders, a future where we live up to the ideals of justice, fairness, and equality, a future that provides the promise of opportunities to our children, and a future where we can say with pride, they are not like us. We are the standard. We raise the bar. We are the voice, the heart, and the future of Bermuda. Our people trust us. We must be trustworthy. Our people honor us. We must be honorable. Our people are loyal to us, and we must be loyal to them. To the constituents of C21, I am deeply grateful for the trust you have placed in me. I am humbled by the warmth with which you have welcomed me into your hearts and your homes. And I am committed to continuing the work we have started, to bring your voice, to be your advocate, and to be your partner in building a better Bermuda. On February 18th, I urge all of you and your friends, and your families, and even the people you don't like, to vote for the Progressive Labor Party. Vote for a future that honors our past. Vote for a future that lifts up every Bermudian, and vote for a future where we all can say with pride, they are not like us. Thank you, and may God bless Bermuda. PLP, all the way, PLP. Thank you.
I thought he was going to start dancing. I was waiting for it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the chair of the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party, a community servant, and no stranger to constituency 22, whose life has been about serving her community and her country in whatever way possible. Put your hands together as she makes her way to the stage, representing constituency 22, Dawn Simmons.
Good evening, family and friends. Tonight as we gather, I want to remind you that I am unapologetically PLP. Now you know that if I am wearing this other color in this building, I am Team PLP, but I must give a shout out to Donuts. A vote for me is a vote for the PLP, unapologetically. We are a team. We are family, for real, for real. I'm gonna be honest with my voters and constituents of C22. Many of you will not see me on your doorstep. And even though it's important, something that most of you know that I always preach daily, but I'm not lazy and I'm not taking you for granted. I am the same Dawn Simmons from 2012. I'm back. You do see me. I am the same Dawn Simmons from West End, Sands, Barclay, PTSA. The same Dawn Simmons that was helping you at cup match or at the cricket match, decorating the bridge, working on behalf of our youth and seniors, and those in between. I am your community servant. The same Dawn Simmons you will see in the grocery store, on the bus, walking up and down Court Street. Yes, I'm comfortable on Court Street, Front Street, and Queen Street. I am the important vote and voice around the PLP table for a fairer, more stable, and more affordable Bermuda. The first female chairperson of the PLP. Fellow mamas and daddies, we will not stop until we reduce the cost of living. We are grateful for free Bermuda College and scholarships, and even for more development for our creatives and an investment in sport. As I look in the mirror, I see my Somerset mentors, Alinda and Eugene Cox, Rosalie Douglas, John Davis, Lloyd Telford, Joyce, Walter Roberts, Ira and Ismay Phillip, Lionel Simmons, Walter Lister, Crazy Cousin Candace. As I remember my progressive youth days with our mentor, Paulu, my friend Walter, he's retiring, along with Troy, Mark, Keith, Angela, and the crew. For some I know, Paulu is shaking his head right now. I joined the diverse team of PLP candidates with a record number of women standing alone with some strong, intelligent, dedicated, and protective men. You should see yourself in at least one of us. I stand as a candidate on behalf of my pride and joy, my heartbeat, my selector, yes, he picked my song, recent graduate of Buckingham University, Graham, Premier, one of the first knowledge-based advocates of FinTech in Bermuda. We thank you for that opportunity. For my Muslim family, Azim, Raza, Zara. For my teenager, Ariel, Janiko, Tian, Vanessa, Babs, Karen, Ellen. On the shoulders of Aunt Judy, Uncle Victor, Aunt Babes, Uncle Quentin. My family, my rocks, my support. Of course, I saved the best for last. My role models, my introduction to the PLP, Eugene and Betty Gilbert. Yes, I was born PLP. On February 18th, let's give Betty a birthday present. Re-elect a PLP government. A vote for the PLP. Yes, a vote for Dawn Simmons. A vote for the PLP unapologetically.
Okay, so we're close to the end of the program, my friends. But however, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, a champion for human rights and fairness, and passionate about reforming our criminal justice system, representing constituency 23. Let's give a round of applause to Kim Wilkinson.
Good evening, PLP family. In honor of the 80th birthday of the great late Robert Nesta Marley, I had to pick a Marley song, and this one, the words still ring true today. Get up, stand up for your rights, as you know, was penned by the great Bob Marley and Peter Tosh in 1973. I was only 11 years old. Yeah, I'm that old now, right? But those words ring true today more than ever. And some people might ask, why am I in this fight now? You're looking at it, right? All right. You are looking at it. This next generation, this is our grandbaby Diamond, and everything is about the future, right? The elders and stalwarts of the Progressive Labor Party started the fight for our rights, and we must continue it. We must continue it for this generation. Since 1998, this party has overseen change our ancestors could barely have dreamed of. But this is only the beginning. Family, we are not going back. We cannot go back. Not now, not ever. In just one term in government, the OBA showed us who they are and who they've always been. The needs of Bermudians were put last. Our right to protest was trampled upon, and our own police were weaponized against us once again. I was there exactly that day in December because the Senate was due to meet and found myself on the street. And it was a scene that I likened to when I was in Ethiopia trying to cross a border at armed violence. I could not believe that was happening to us, to Black people in a Black country. We had a ways to go. We've just marked the 60th anniversary of the Belco strike and uprising. 6 short decades ago, Bermuda was a place where workers were mistreated, taken advantage of, and exploited. That action and the many actions and sacrifices of the labor movement before and since have secured us rights we cannot afford to lose. Family, we are not going back. We cannot go back. Not now, not ever. A bit about me. Despite many years in the PLP as a party member, and then as a senator, I have felt that I have more to give. The call to serve was getting louder and louder. I wasn't born as a senior vice president in IB. I am Kim from Cedar Hill. I am the girl who went to Liberation School. My cousin is sitting over there in the corner, and she took me by my hand, and we bounced down Court Street, 72, with my Afro puffs, right? And we learned what it was. But now we're looking at the future. This is the future, and we've got to keep this fight going. We cannot go back, family. Not now, not ever. So to the people of constituency 23 in Paget West, some people say, why are you doing that? Why are you gonna run against Jerry Richardson? And I say, why not? Right? Because the people of Paget West deserve a choice. They deserve to be heard, and they deserve to know they matter. And I think, Dawn just alluded to it a little while ago. And where I'm looking for my friend Crystal, who says, when we're trying to get on the doorstep and you've been somewhere that hasn't been canvassed very well, it's 1,244 of them, and it's one of me. And I'm going to tell you, every time I get in someone's home, it ends up being an evening event. We're talking for hours. So I have not been able to get around to see everybody. But I have had rich conversations in C23, rich conversations from the people of Paget West, white and Black alike, rich and poor alike, who all have needs and want to be represented. They have something to offer, and I believe only the PLP could bring that to vision. Because, of course, we remember back in 1998, they said the PLP would never get in, but we did. So family, we are not going back. We cannot go back. Not now, not ever. They say we can't keep putting Bermudians first and expect Bermuda to prosper. We will. On Thursday night last, the PLP released our platform for the people. A manifesto that is unapologetically committed to upholding the rights of Bermudians and uplifting our society. We're wrangling with generation upon generation of trauma from the legacy of slavery, inequality, and injustice. But we're also benefiting from the wisdom and the work
of the generations that came before us. They light our way and show us we're on the right path. The right path means that we reform Bermuda's legal system to ensure equality, impartiality, and fairness. The right path means strengthening our foster care system so that children who have been abandoned due to the effects of generational trauma have as great a shot at life as any other children. The right path means we take seriously domestic violence in all forms by establishing a domestic violence court program and easing access to protection orders for the sake of families and their futures. The right path means that we protect children. And you know, I read those comments about my colleague being lazy. Well, you know, over the weekend, my colleague, the Minister of National Security, we're on the phone talking about how to ramp up protection because we know that a sex offender was released. We're not sleeping on the job on this, right? We are working together. The right path means that we focus our efforts on restorative justice and trauma-informed rehabilitation so that our people who have acted out in their pain on others stand a chance at becoming proud, wholesome members of society again. Because as I always say, in Bermuda, you can't get in your car and drive 400 miles to Texas and set up a new life. You're gonna be living right next door to me and you. These are our sisters and brothers, our daughters and our sons. They are our family and we cannot forsake them. We need them to be well. I am proud to be representing this Progressive Labor Party in this election. Yes, let's choose the right path, the path of a fairer Bermuda together. So family, we are not going back. We cannot go back. Not now, not ever. Continue to get up and stand up for your rights. Get to the polls and carry everyone in your household who is eligible to vote with you. And vote solidly, PLP. PLP? All the way? Yeah!
All right, my friends. So, as we have it, our next candidate is about to grace the stage and give closing remarks as well. Once this candidate is finished, please don't leave. The Gumbe is going to come and entertain you here on the stage. Okay? Are we good? Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, representing constituency 18, our Premier of Bermuda. Let's welcome the Honorable David Burt.
All right, PLP. Oh no, TJ, let it go, let it go. All right, PLP family. All right. Oh, you're laughing. Good evening, PLP family. Now, a few of you know that I like a little bit of soca music. And you heard the chorus of that song. Chorus of that song, and that song is entitled People. And the truth is, I picked that song because that is what this election is about. The people of Bermuda. And so I sincerely hope that everyone on their way in this evening got their passport stamped by the guardians of constituency number 18, because we are here tonight in the constituency that I have been proud to represent since 2012. And I see some of my constituents here this evening. I have a little bit more gray hairs than I did when you first saw me coming around. But it has been a privilege to represent C18. And I hope that you all agree that I've been working hard as your member of parliament. Now, over the past few weeks, our PLP candidates have been meeting Bermudians all across this island, from the West End to the East End and right here in the central parishes, listening to concerns, taking feedback, and sharing the vision. Now, family, I know that our candidates know as well, that it's been a long month since the election was called on January 8th. But as we are here in the Barclay Institute PLP family, I just want to remind you to keep the end in view. Keep the end in view. Because on the doorsteps and in the streets of the community, one message has been loud and clear. These are difficult times, but Bermuda wants leadership that is on their side through these difficult times. And this election is about you and your families, your concerns, your challenges, your ambitions, and your future. It is about ensuring that Bermuda continues to address the economic challenges and inequalities of our society. And as our slogan says, working towards a fairer Bermuda for all, and not just the privileged few. Now here's the thing, we need to place this election in the context of history. The OBA likes to say that the PLP has served in government for most of the last 2 decades. That is true. But family, you know what else is true? Colonialism had hundreds of years to put in place the existing economic equality that we have today. This fundamentally unfair economic order that benefits the One Bermuda Alliance and many, not all, but many of their supporters. The Progressive Labor Party is talking about fairness in a very simple frame, because you cannot undo hundreds of years under an unfair economic system in just a few years of government. Now we see the desperation from the One Bermuda Alliance. We see their philosophy on display, and they have now set the issues that will define this campaign. Now, just a message to OBA headquarters, keep having your press conferences, please. Because every time you all open your mouth, you say something else that reveals your real plans for the country. Now, I have a question. Did any of you see OBA candidate today, UBP candidate of yesteryear, Doug DeCuto's press conference this past week? Oh, a few of you watched it. Well, if you didn't, let me tell you about it. Now, we know who Doug DeCuto is, and we know that he wants to be your next Minister of Finance. Now, he was there standing next to Jaren Richardson, and he is the person who will really be calling the financial shots and priorities of the One Bermuda Alliance government. I will call it one of the powers behind the throne. And you know what he said in this press conference? he attacked the fact that this Progressive Labor Party government kept its promise to increase seniors' pensions by the rate of inflation. He complained about how costly it was. I don't know if you heard me. He complained about how costly it was. Family, read between the lines. The last time the One Bermuda Alliance was the government, they did not raise pensions for 4 long years. And we know what they said. What did they say to our seniors? Money doesn't grow on trees. And now they are making it clear what they will do if they are returned to office. And guess what? No, it's not going to happen at all. But the only way it's not going to happen is to make sure we get out and what? That is it. And it is our job as voters to pay attention to what they say. Read between the lines, because they don't say much in their 8-page pamphlet. But every time they have a press conference and have to answer questions, they reveal themselves. Now, I did say that Doug was one of the powers behind Jerry and Richardson, because in addition to Doug Bakudo, there is another power there that is calling the shots if the One Bermuda Alliance gets in. And that is none other than Aisha Musson's opponent. Isn't Aisha Musson amazing? She warms my heart every time she gets on the stage. But that person is none other than Michael Fay. Now, again, we're going to talk about this 8-page pamphlet that they put out, talking about it's a platform, talking about how it's going to talk about all the things which they're going to do. I'm not sure entirely how you can set a plan for 5 years and 8 pages, but I digress. But they've been sending cryptic signals about their real plans for immigration reforms. There is an old saying, judge me by my actions and not my words. Jerry and Richardson said they are not going to bring back pathways to status. But then what did they do? They brought back the architect of pathways to status. They are sending us a message. The question is, are we paying attention? Now they are defending the decision to bring him back. Again, judge them by their actions. And then the deputy leader of the OBA, Ben Smith, carried Michael Fay's water the other day and saying that our opposition to giving out Bermudian status is a damaging policy. Read between the lines. And remember your history. Because I know a few of us were around in 2012. Craig Cannoneer and Michael Dunkley were asked, would they grant status to PRC holders if reelected? And they said, no, we will not. We know what happened. And guess what, family? If the country makes the mistake of putting the One Bermuda Alliance back in, that is exactly what they will try to do again. I will quote Curtis Dickinson, they not like us. So family, it is clear what they are about because they are showing us. They do not want to increase seniors' pensions, even during this record high inflation that we haven't seen for 40 years around the world. And they want to give away Bermuda status. Those are the two central issues of this election. And it is up to you to decide whether or not they will be able to inflict 5 more years of pain on the people of this country, like they did the last time they were in office. But guess what? The PLP takes a different approach. We believe, and all of us have heard it on the doorsteps, that the cost of living is the central issue of the day that matters to most Bermudians. Am I right? Absolutely. And that is why we have, as a government, focused on providing relief for you and your family. So since returning to office in 2017, we have worked hard to make Bermuda fairer. You all have heard me say it before, but I'm gonna say it again. We reduce payroll taxes for 86% of workers and every local business. We increased seniors' pensions 6 times in line with the rate of inflation. We invested record amounts of money in affordable housing, bringing new units online to address our island's housing shortage. We expanded and increased child care assistance, doubled funding for scholarships, froze the standard premium rate for 3 years in a row, and we delivered Bermuda's first ever minimum wage to ensure fair pay for workers. That's right, you can clap. And we did this at the same time as helping our island navigate through some of the most challenging times in history. A once-in-a-century pandemic, rising inflation, economic uncertainty due to global wars, and still delivering on the promises to the people of this country. Now, here's what's funny. The other day, not to call you out, Sarah, I think it wasn't you, it was one of your colleagues. I was finishing and talking to the media afterwards, and there was a question that was asked. Because they said, well, you always talk about the fact that the OBA cut scholarships, that the OBA cut childcare, that the OBA tried to take away mammograms from women. Remember that? That the OBA took away free Bermuda College, that the OBA reintroduced vehicle license fees for seniors. And they say, but the OBA had a difficult economy. Well, you want to know my response? I can promise you that the OBA did not have a difficult economy as we did during a once-in-a-century pandemic. But during a once-in-a-century pandemic, we delivered all of those things. And why? It is simple. We are people first. That is what the PLP is. That is the vision, and that is what we must continue to fight for. Oh yes, say yes. But now we are asking for your support to continue this work. Now, this past Thursday, as our amazing AG said, we released the Progressive Labor Party's 2025 election platform. Our plan to build a fairer, more stable, and more affordable Bermuda for all. And yes, our platform is 40 pages long. Yes, you heard me, 40 pages long. Not, 8 includes the cover and all the rest. Not an 8-page pamphlet. Not an 8-page pamphlet, a detailed plan that is not just a set of promises, it is a commitment to the people of Bermuda. And for those of you who joined us in Alaska Hall on Thursday night, and all the PLP members and supporters here, I want to ask you to please recognize the 3 people who worked tirelessly in making sure we put those things together. Chairman of the committee, Ryan Robinson, Parent Chief, Deputy Chair, Ariana Keynes, and Elder Stateswoman, Lana Talbot, Dr. Lana Talbot. Give them a hand. They were the drafting team for the platform committee. who consisted of members. I remember a couple Saturdays ago, there were a whole bunch of people in Alaska Hall putting all their thoughts and ideas, saying what they wanted the title to be, saying what they wanted the priorities to be. And that is what a political party is all about. And see, we hear these things about, oh, party politics is bad, party politics, X, Y, Z, all the rest. Let me tell you something. You vote for an independence, you're not getting anything. That's just the reality. That is the reality. It is important that your vote goes towards a coherent mission and a group of people who can deliver that mission. And with your support to govern for the next 5 years, the PLP government will focus on taking the action outlined in our platform, creating a more affordable Bermuda, transforming healthcare coverage and accessibility, supporting Bermudians through all stages of life, sustaining our economy in a changing world, and promoting a more responsive and people-centered government. That platform was built through consultation. We always hear these voices of, we need a government that is responsive to the people. Guess what? You will not find a more responsive government to the people of Bermuda than the Progressive Labor Party. You will not. The platform reflects the views of Bermudians from all walks of life. It reflects what we've heard on the doorstep, in town halls and conversations around this country. And it is our roadmap to a fairer, more affordable Bermuda. But it contains real solutions that Bermudians have asked for. A plan to make life more affordable by strengthening oversight on food prices, expanding access to affordable housing, and continuing the work on making sure that we keep energy costs in a good place. It is a plan to transform healthcare by expanding HIP and future care coverage on our way to universal healthcare, prioritizing mental health, and ensuring that every Bermudian can access quality, affordable care. I see you there, Minister of Health. I see you. It is a plan to support Bermudians at every stage of life, from increasing child care assistance to young families, to a baby box program, which I know is something that was pushed by one of our members. Oh, you like that one too? Go on, you can clap for it. It's okay, because we want people to have children. And guess what? Unlike the OBA who cut child care assistance, this government increased it and will continue to expand that assistance. And when we talk about every stage in life, we understand those that are in the sandwich generation. And so, yes, we will construct at least one senior daycare facility that will support our elders and our caregivers. Our platform is a plan to create economic opportunities and jobs by embracing renewable energy, fostering innovations, and ensuring that Bermudians are at the forefront of new industries. And it is a plan to modernize government, increase transparency, expand voting rights, and to cut even more red tape to make public services more efficient. Simple. That is our plan. And it is squarely focused on one thing: affordability. We will work towards a more stable and affordable Bermuda while continuing to maintain sound public finances, reducing our debt, and investing in the future. And you heard from the MP for constituency number 19, who I was at an event with earlier today, MP Justine Adams. You know what he said? We will also deliver a budget surplus this year. Because they talk a whole lot of stuff. I was at this event earlier and I had to tell someone, I'm like, sorry, just because you read it in the Royal Gazette doesn't mean that it's true. That's the truth. Just because you read it in the Royal Gazette doesn't mean that it's true. I had someone today talk about, oh, corporate income taxes are going to happen because Trump's against it. That is not the truth. That is not the facts. We responded and said exactly what it was. But that's what these are in elections. They try to confuse the issues, muddy the waters, lets you lose confidence in the one party that will always stand with the people of this country, the PLP. So let us remember, on February 18th, elections are about choices. And Bermuda will have the opportunity to choose between a government that puts Bermudians first or one that takes us backwards. Family, Bermuda cannot afford to go backwards to a time of record high taxes on the workers of this country, reduced social services, reduced investment in education, as we had under the OBA. Now, you may ask how you can help. It is a very simple thing. Outside, sign up to volunteer. Ask your candidate how you can help. Take the message to your friends and family. When you go to vote on election day, make sure you take your children and your grandchildren with you. Take your cousins, call them, ask them, did you vote yet? Say you need a ride. If there is every single person that you call on a regular basis, call them on election day. It is that simple. And make sure they know the facts. Not the media stories, but the facts. Now, before I close, I'm going to ask all of our candidates to please stand on your feet. And even those ones hiding outside. Give them another round of applause, everyone. This is the team with the vision and the strength to deliver for you. We do have a plan to address the concerns that you share. And yes, we may not get everything right on every issue, but we are determined to make this country more fair, more stable, and more affordable for you and your family. So on February 18th, what are we gonna do? And who are we gonna vote for? And how many times are we going to call our friends and family all day, every day? Let's take this home for the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party. PLP, all the way. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We're gonna do the theme song. Okay, so the next song that you're gonna hear is the theme song for, of course, the election, the Progressive Labor Party. While the theme song is playing, they're gonna move this podium, and then the Gumbays are gonna come and entertain you. Okay, my name is Bootsy, host and MC for the evening. You guys enjoy yourselves. It's like you.
closer so that he can hear it. Like this. Cool. What's up, Dad? How you doing, man?